So I know you're here wondering why I actually picked foam board over spray foam. And yeah, the reason is price. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The price is the reason. I had a couple quotes to get this building spray foamed. My building is 30 wide, 60 long with 12-foot walls. And obviously I wanted the roof line sprayed as well. And they wanted, I got 3 different quotes. I think one was $32,000. The second quote, I want to say was $35,000, and the last quote was $40,000, which is an insane amount of money to insulate a building. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's unreasonable. So behind me, I have $2,200 in foam board. It's 90 something sheets. It's going to get me the ceiling and I believe about half of the wall. It's all I could afford to buy at the time, which is fine. I can always finish it up, you know, this summer or next fall or whatever, as long as, you know, I get it done piece by piece. But, you know, $2,200 is a lot less of a hit than a $40,000 hit. Some people are gonna say, well, spray foam is better. And yeah, you could probably say spray foam is a little bit better, but not all that much. If you do a good job with the foam board, it's just as good as the spray foam. And being that I'm going to be saving about, I mean, all said and done, I'll be saving about, I don't know, let's say $27,000. Even if it isn't just as good as spray foam, the $27,000 offsets that. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to tape all the seams. I'm going to do everything like that. So I know I'd mentioned previously that I wasn't too sure on how I was going to hang it up. Well, I did figure that out, and I'm going to share that with you. Theodore, I'm trying to record a video, dude. This is not snuggle time. Okay. Yeah. So, come on, get off. Okay. How am I going to hang this board? A lot of people are like, well, you could just use constructive adhesive and stick it to the walls, the outside sheets. I don't want to do that because I want this stuff removable. If I want to put new electrical lines in, if I want to, if I want to do anything. Not to mention, if you stick it to the wall, you're not going to have airflow from your wall to your roof to your eave, or I should say from your wall to your eave to your center cap. So I figured out, I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're going to find out. I think it's going to work. I'm pretty confident it's going to work, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. I picked these up. This is what's called a mending tie, and it's normally used for rafters on wood-built, stick-built buildings. It's, I don't know, 2.5 inches by maybe 5.5 inches. Got a bunch of holes in it. Obviously a bunch of self-tapping screws. We'll need that for the steel that the building is. Picked up tape to seal it all up. And then I think this is going to be the most important part of it. Now these are drywall screws. They're coarse thread, so they got a really thick thread on them. And I think that's what's going to be the savior of everything. So we'll go over to the wall since I can't get to the ceiling. And I'm gonna kind of show you what my plan is on how to hook this up. So I've got a piece of just scrap here, and I've got my mending tie, and I've got one of the drywall screws. Obviously, I'm not gonna hook the mending tie into the building right now because I'm not ready to do that. Now this is all 2-inch foam. Each of these are 2.5 inches, so I have a total of 5 inches here. This is going to sit flush here. So you can see behind there, there's plenty of gap for a air pocket to run up and down. And obviously it's gonna leave plenty of room for my electric and stuff that runs behind. So this foam's gonna mount here, probably foil side out to reflect some heat. This mending tie is actually going to sit centered on this post, and I'm gonna be able to get 2 pieces of foam off of it. So if we take this mending tie, it's gonna be tough to do, but, oh yeah, the drywall screw's in my hand. So we'll just push the drywall screw in for now, but essentially the mending tie is going to sit there like so, and it's going to hold that drywall on there. Now I'm gonna put these mending ties at every joint. So there's going to be 4 mending ties per piece of insulation. And being that these are the thick screws, I'm gonna take probably 3 drywall screws per mending tie, 1, 2, 3, and that should be enough to hold it in. You have to remember there's no real forces on this insulation. I'm not gonna be hanging stuff off the insulation. I'm not going to be pushing on it. I mean, unless I fall into it or something, but there's gonna be no force on it. So this, wow. That's what it sounds like when snow falls off your metal roof and hits the side of your metal building. Like I was saying before we were rudely interrupted, it's gonna mount something like this. Obviously it'll be a little more clean, but I'm gonna have approximately 3 inches of gap in between. Air is an excellent insulator as well, so there will be an air temperature difference between the outside air. This air will be different, and then obviously the air that is inside the shop will also be different. It'll give it a nice transition so it's not jumping from that cold air that's outside directly into the warm air that's inside. It'll have a transition or not as big of a jump. And then what I'm planning on doing is taking that tape and I'm gonna tape all these seams everywhere. I don't think I bought enough tape, but time will tell. I think it'll work. I think it'll look nice. I've never done it before, but we're gonna find out together. So if you guys have a metal building and you're wondering how to insulate it with foam board, this is the way I'm going to do it. And if you're interested in the results, the next video, well, I'm not sure if it's going to be next, but subscribe so you don't miss it. One of the future coming videos is gonna be me hanging all of this insulation. I got a couple buddies coming over. Well, it's one buddy, and I think my dad's coming to help too. I'm renting a man lift to make things easy because we are going to start on the ceiling. That is where I'm losing most of my heat. As you can see, my breath in here now. I don't have my heater on, but I lose all my heat through the ceiling. Obviously heat rises. So we're gonna focus on the ceiling first, and then whatever we have left over, we'll start doing walls. We'll obviously do the easy walls first because I wanna maximize the time I have here with helpers, and I think it's going to do well. Those sheets are 48 inches by 96 inches, and the space I have here is about 46 inches. So everything does need to be cut down, but it'll be nice that I'll be able to use one piece in here. That's a lie. I'll be able to use 2 pieces in here, height-wise, 1 piece width-wise. So it should create a nice tight bond and only needing to tape it. I think it's gonna make a big difference in here. Make sure you guys stick around, hit that subscribe button. You don't wanna miss out. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great day.